Heat 10, the battle hotting up. The explosive Kenny Carter of Halifax and Bellevue's own Chris Morton, the only unbeaten riders. Dave Lanning, the commentator.
There's Kenny Carter. The other two in here, Dave Morton, Chris's elder brother, and Doug Wyer on the outside, who's hopped out of the traps and could be a spoiler here, certainly early on. Morton on the inside. Remember, he loves to attack on the outside, so perhaps he won't relish coming out of gate one. He certainly have to get clear of Kenny Carter up to the first turn. Morton on the inside, Carter in grid 2. Grid 3, Dave Morton. And on the outside, Doug Wyer. And the atmosphere here at Bellevue is really electric as we wait for the start. The so important start of Heat 10, away they go, and it is Carter who shows, and Carter shut down on Morton and didn't allow him to get out of the dirt, and in fact it is Wyer who's coming round the outside. Doug Wyer, here's a surprise, and Wyer has got between Carter and Morton. Here comes Morton now, but has Carter got the drop on him? Carter on his back wheel, and the battle is thoroughly joined now, and Morton is out in the dirt, and Carter must have eyes at the back of his crash helmet because Morton's coming down the inside, and we have some speedway race on right now. The Bellevue crowd getting behind Morton. Morton's looking down at his motor anxiously, but it's Carter in front, and Carter riding a beautiful line, and Morton still chasing, inside, outside, ducking, diving, weaving, trying to outguess his England teammate now coming round the outside. And has he got the line on him? Yes, he has. Oh, that's beautiful. What a piece of passing from Chris Morton into the last lap, and Morton isn't going to be stopped now, surely. Chris Morton has ridden an absolute blinder. What a party piece around the outside of Carter, sweet as a nut, and listen to that crowd. And that surely is a ride worthy of winning the Northern Riders title. We'll have to wait and see, but Morton really rode absolutely beautifully there. Let's just have a look at the action again. You can see Carter had tried to see where the attack was coming from. He must have known it was coming around the outside, although Morton intelligently ducked and dived, and he just had the drop on him there. He looks back almost casually and says, well, there I go, Kenny, that's the last you're going to see of me now. Tremendous stuff from Chris Morton.
Chris Morton, congratulations. You must be delighted with that ride.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's not over yet, but that would be one of the hardest ones. We missed that start. You know, Kenny was away, but I knew that if I got the right line that I would be able to pass him. With getting the track record, being probably a second up on him, I knew I had the speed and just doing the right things.
So they're on line for heat number 12 on the inside, Sean Moran red. Next to him, Peter Collins, needing points blue. Grid 3 has Steve Finch, who has looked very stylish, collecting 4 points in the white helmet colour. On the outside, Martin Dixon, no score yet in the yellow and black striped helmet. Heat number 12, we watch for Peter Collins, doesn't normally start too quickly. And again, it's Moran on the inside, Collins is second, and Collins going out into the dirt. Here he comes down the back straight, and well, peeling him off. Collins hits the front. Moran is second, coming hard with him is Steve Finch in white. Here is the battle. It's even getting a bit dusty out there despite the watering that's been going on most of the afternoon. Still Collins, Moran taking line of beam off him. Finch trying the inside run, not much drive round the curve here at this moment. There's a fine picture of Peter Collins, of course, the 1976 World Speedway champion and winner of this title in 1974 and 1975. Moran looking a little sprightlier here as they move into the last lap of Heat 12. So 3 more points for Peter Collins, and that takes him into joint second place. So he'll be reasonably satisfied with that. Well, in the flaming sunset here in Manchester, the leaderboard being to sort it all out. Chris Morton clearly the leader with 9 points. Then we have 3 riders together on 8 points. Kenny Carter, Peter Carr and Peter Collins, and Reg Wilson on 6. As we look across the lineup for Heat 13, Martin Dixon yet to score in red on the inside. Chris Morton unbeaten on 9 points. Reg Wilson has a total of 6, so he's the main danger here on the outside. The young replacement reserve, Andy Smith, in for David Barge. Heat number 13, Chris Morton, the rider to keep your eye on in grid 2. Oh, Wilson impatient and lucky not to break the tapes there. So Morton must consolidate. He mustn't do anything silly. And they're very impatient to get away here in heat 13. And from the inside it's Dixon. There's a surprise. And where is Morton? Here comes Morton around the boards. Almost inevitable. There he goes as Dixon flourished for a moment there, which was a surprise. And Morton standing on very little ceremony. The minute he gets out in the drive, he really looks invincible, Chris Morton. They're all beginning to tighten up for second place. Still Dixon in second place, third place is Wilson, and Smith in touch at the back. Well, this is Chris Morton, and the little Bellevue Ace really is a beautiful sight in full cry on a speedway bike. Let's just watch him round this last lap, riding an immaculate line. Averaging in excess of 50 miles an hour around this 408-yard track. Chris Morton, considering he's going sideways for half of that, that's a fair feat of motorcycling. 3 more points for Morton, just 1 more race to win. And he knows the title's his. Second place there, Dixon. Third place, just holding on there, Wilson. Looking across the line for heat 16, on the inside, Joe Owen with 3 points. Next to him, the spoiler in the party, Peter Carr on 8. Peter Collins in white in grid 3 on 8, and on the outside, Dave Morton with 2 points. Could sort out one of the minor placings on the rostrum here. There is Morton. We will look for the 2 riders in grids 2 and 3. As the tapes go, who will show? It is Carr, and Collins gets the squeeze on the first corner as Morton comes around. Dave Morton around the outside, Peter Carr leads it. Morton's in front now. Carr hits the corner in front. Where is Peter Collins? Collins is back in third place, making ground. And this is a little bit more like it, as now Peter Carr leads from Peter Collins. Collins has lost his helmet colouring, but he's in second place and now going for his life after his younger teammate. And Morton has come back inside Peter Collins. Well, what could happen next? Because Owen's not out of contention either at the back there. And this could be a major surprise here at Bellevue, because Peter Carr, the younger of the 2 Carr brothers, who has accepted good fortune, has only got to hang on now for another 408 yards around Bellevue to beat Peter Collins, and Collins is going to have to work hard to get past Dave Morton. Okay, it's gone clear. But this is some moment for Peter Carr. This is going to beat Peter Collins. And the crowd rise to this young man. It takes a bit of doing to beat Peter Collins, but Collins missed the start and had to pick his way through the traffic and never could get back in touch with the leader of heat number 16. And that win by Peter Carr has made a difference to the leaderboard. Clearly in front, Chris Morton on 12 points. But a win there takes Peter Carr on level standing with Kenny Carter on 11 points on joint second place. Peter Collins is in 4th place on 10 points, and then we have 3 riders on 7. Louis Carr, Larry Ross and Reg Wilson.
Well, Chris, this is the decisive heat, isn't it? How do you feel?
A little bit nervous, getting the adrenaline flowing. It's very tight. I mean, I'm on 12 points. There's 2 riders on 11. One of the riders on 11 are meeting this race. So
that's Peter Carr, of course, your teammate.
Yeah, Peter Carr, yeah. I mean, he's going very well tonight. So, and Sean Moran, of course, who's very good round here. I've still got it all to do yet. It's not over yet by a long way.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Thanks very much.
And so, like some medieval jousting knight, the face mask, the mouthpiece, the visors go on, and Chris Morton, this 27-year-old Bellevue ace, averaging over 10 points a meeting in British League Speedway, goes out to contest the title he has never won. The Northern Riders Championship, a Northern lad through and through, this He's won the Intercontinental Championship final. He goes out into the arena. His iron horse awaits. He is settling himself down. He knows what he's got to do. A win here is essential for him to clinch the title. He has got Peter Carr, an unexpected threat. He's seen off his most exalted rivals, Peter Collins and Kenny Carter. Could never really have expected that young Peter Carr would come up into the reckoning. So he really has it to do in all his races, and right to the final checkered flag. Chris Morton here will have to keep it all screwed on. He's in grid 2, so he might just get squeezed in at the first corner, because also in to spice the brew is Sean Moran in white. And as we look across the start line, the race that will decide surely the 1983 Northern Riders Championship final, on the inside, Craig Pendlebury, who can be a spoiler in red. Next to him, Morton, grid 3, has Sean Moran in white. And on the outside, Peter Carr in yellow and black. What a big moment for this young man, 20 years old. The British junior champion in against Chris Morton, the wily senior international. Away they go, and who is it that shows? It's Morton who's got the drop. And where is Carr? Carr is on the outside of Moran. It could all be over, because Chris Morton untypically made the gate. Peter Carr moves up into second place and will challenge, but Morton's out where he loves to ride in the dirt. This is heat 19 and Morton is kicking home. Just made the start, and surely, barring some unforeseen accident, nothing is going to stop Chris Morton now. So Chris Morton really having things all his own way. Young Peter Carr is back in second place. And just 408 yards to go for Chris Morton and his first Northern Riders Championship. It has been some time since a Bellevue rider won it. Back in 1975, when Peter Collins was successful. Chris Morton's changed all that, and let's listen to his home crowd take him over the winning line to the title. Second place Carr, third place was Moran, but that is now academic with an untroubled 15-point maximum. Chris Morton is the new Northern Riders Champion. Well, traditionally, the victor gets his rewards, and the track staff here at Bellevue make sure that Chris Morton sniffs the air before returning jubilantly to the pits.
A quick reaction from you, how do you feel?
I'm very pleased. The last few days we've had 2 or 3 meetings and I've been going terrible, and I certainly needed this to pull myself out of it, and I'm very, very happy about this. We've got a very important meeting next week with the Intercontinental final, which is the last meeting before the World Final, and I need this meeting to pull myself back up again.
Come on, have a smile, you can afford that, going.
I'm very pleased, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Right.